Look, today I want to talk to you about an oil that is is pretty special. And the problem is that because it was so special, it's been adopted and used by anybody from soap manufacturers, detergent, and that sort of stuff. And to cut costs, what they've done is they synthesized it. And so when I talk about this particular oil, the first reaction is usually, "Oh no, Tim, I hate that smell. That is, it's just the most disgusting smell. It's sickly sweet. Don't even talk to me about it." And fair enough. I mean, when something is made by man, you can't get it exactly the same way as it comes from nature. Look, when you're talking about pure essential oils, like the therapeutic stuff, the real stuff, the stuff with no fillers, the stuff with no synthetics, the high quality stuff, so even not the lower grade oils, but no, the stuff that's been sourced from the best qualities, the best quality fields and that sort of stuff, it should actually smell as if you're standing in that field of whatever that particular plant is. Okay, you should be able to take the lid off the bottle, take a smell, and just close your eyes and just imagine that you're standing in that field. That's what pure essential oils. That should be the experience. And what you find is that, especially about this particular essential oil, which I'm hiding in my hand, what we're talking about here is that when you get the pure stuff, it's actually quite a gentle, subtle scent. And once again, when we're talking about purity and not synthesized stuff, the scent does alter and change throughout the year and throughout different years, depending on the climate where those plants are growing. Because if the soil changes, or there's more rain, there's more sun, whatever, that can actually change the consistency of the oil, and it can actually come out smelling a little bit different. Then you're actually working with real stuff, that nature is taking the changes and bringing it to the bottle versus just a man-made substance. So what is this? It is a substance. As I said, the scent has been used across everything, like shampoos, soaps, dishwashing, soap powder, laundry powder. It is the go-to. It's still the go-to oil for many aromatherapists, and for very good reason. And so today I'll take you out of your misery, and we're talking about lavender. Okay, and as I said, the real stuff, the stuff that is so subtle and soothing that when you take that lid off the bottle, it smells completely. And that's usually the reaction when somebody has that reaction with me. And then sometimes I even say that, "Tim, lavender actually gives me a headache." True. I mean, synthetic stuff, sometimes it smells so sickly sweet, it actually does, it puts you off. I understand. The man-made stuff, let's put that aside, and let's talk about, what if you had access to a real bottle of pure essential oil, okay? And where are its uses? And lavender, and the reason why these manufacturing companies have hooked on to lavender as an aroma is because it is such a powerful and versatile natural therapy. Okay, this is why I said the aromatherapists and people who do aromatic medicine, that sort of stuff, is their go-to oil, because it is something that is so gentle. I mean the pure stuff, not the synthetic stuff. It is so gentle and soothing that it is very, very safe to be used on very, very young children, babies, and all the way through to the elderly. Okay, so let's talk about 3 ways that lavender essential oil can be a benefit to you. And we all sort of know, let's start with the obvious one, and that is very calming and soothing. Now, even as I mentioned, with babies, you can actually dilute it into a carrier oil like fractionated coconut oil or olive oil, or whatever sort of oil that you want to use, and just a drop or two, and you can rub it on them when they're distressed and upset and crying, and it's going to be very, very soothing for them. You can add a drop to their bath water. Okay, it's not going to harm. It's a very, very gentle essential oil. Once again, for the women of the audience who may suffer some discomfort and some moody problems around the time of menopause and menstruation, once again, very, very soothing, calming, and uplifting to the mood. So it helps soothe and calm, reduce can reduce those anxious feelings and just melt away stress. Okay, so very, very easy to do that. And once again, you can apply that topically, so you can use it neat, so straight out of the bottle, a couple of drops, rub it on your heart, rub it on your pulse points, on your wrists, your temples, behind your neck, over your heart, and you will start to calm down pretty quickly. Okay, now look, once again, we're talking generally. We are all made differently, and there is a percentage of the population where lavender won't have this effect. Okay, that's just the way it is. That's why we can't make general claims. So if you're one of those people, don't worry, there's other options. If one thing doesn't work, there's always something else that does. Okay, so that's the calming. So if you feel yourself really sort of getting a lot of tension building, getting those anxious feelings, you can either apply it topically, you can put it in a diffuser, you can just take a lid of the bottle and smell it, right? It's that easy. You can also take it internally because it is a pure essential oil. Like I said, once again, we're talking about doTERRA. If you look at the back of the label, it will tell you whether it's safe to take internally. It will actually say, if it's safe to take internally, it will actually say directions, add 1 drop to food or whatever, okay? So that's the way that you know that it's safe. And so we only say for internal use, like I can only recommend to you doTERRA because that's the only one that I know that is 100% absolutely pure, okay? Don't be fooled by the word pure on a bottle, because under the manufacturing guidelines, to have pure on the label, they've only got to have around about 5% pure oil. The rest can be rubbish. Okay, so just don't be misled by labels. That's why it's very important to read the label and read how it can be used, because even if it says pure on the front, if you pick it up and look at the back, it could very well say, if it's not a true pure oil, and there's only about 4 or 5 essential oils in the world who actually do produce consistently pure oils that always pass all the tests. So only 4 or 5 essential oil companies. So all the rest are filling things up with either substandard oils or with fillers or synthetics. So always look at the back, because even if it says pure on the front, 9 times out of 10 it's going to say not for internal use, and that's a very good sign. Okay, there are some oils obviously that even if they are pure, you shouldn't take internally. We'll talk about that later in this series, right? But for an oil that you can normally take internally that is safe, if they say it's not safe, then it's not pure. Okay, it's as simple as that. These oils have been, they go through the TGA, FDA, and that sort of stuff. Right, so that's that. So you can actually take it internally, or you can put it on topically, or you can diffuse it. So that's for those anxious feelings, the stress, the calming, soothing, from young babies right up to the elderly. So let's look at another one, sleep. How many people have trouble sleeping? Now, let's get this clear. There are probably two problems with sleep. For some, it's getting off to sleep, and for others, it's staying asleep. Okay, so basically, when we're talking sleep, when we're talking lavender, we're talking how to get off to sleep, not staying asleep. Okay, there's different essential oils and sort of stuff that can support and assist with that. But usually, sometimes when you go to bed, the mind's still racing, it's going a million miles an hour. So we come back down to that calming, soothing nature of the essential oil, saying that if you go to bed and you're still uptight, you're tense, you've got your thoughts running at 1,000 miles an hour, simply by applying a couple of drops of lavender to your feet, dropping some drops onto your pillow, or once again, even taking a couple of drops internally in a glass of water or straight into the mouth, it can promote and support and assist with you getting off to sleep. Okay, absolutely amazing. I use it quite often. Let's look at another one. Let's look at seasonal or environmental factors. Sometimes I react to certain environmental factors or seasonal factors. I think it's more environmental, and I start having these crazy sneezing fits. And somebody counted one day that I probably sneezed about 22, 23 times in a row, right? It was crazy. And nothing could ever stop these. Like, so once I started these sneezing fits, like when I felt a sneeze coming on, I thought, oh no, this is just going to go on and on and on. I recently, not recently, but in the past few years since I've been involved with essential oils, as soon as I have that first sneeze, I go straight for the lavender and I take 3 or 4 drops internally straight away, and it stops it very, very quickly. Okay, that's for me, right? That's now it can help. I say it may support. These things don't work for everybody, so I'm not making any claims here. But yeah, so the seasonal stuff, environmental stuff, it can support those, your reactions to those threats. Skin is one of those things that we all need. It keeps us together. Anyway, but lavender is, every morning I actually put an essential oil blend on my face. It may not look like it. I'm not doing it to make me look younger. I'm doing it for a number of reasons. I've had a lot of sun exposure throughout my life, and so I make up a blend. I may share that blend with you at some stage. It started off only having 3 oils, and now it's up to 5 oils. I make that up neat in a separate bottle, and then I use the doTERRA hand and body lotion. I put a little squirt of that. I put 3 or 4 drops of this. I rub it on my face every morning. Okay, it's great. But even so, if you are concerned about blemishes, it can help with blemishes. It helps support the skin. It helps support minor irritations. The occasional minor irritations in the skin. Okay, if you've had too much sun, it can help there. Once again, put in with a carrier oil. You can apply it to the areas of your body where you've had that little bit too much sun exposure. Also, it may also help reduce and support the system when it comes to certain types of bug and insect bites. Okay, I'm not going to go into all the details as to why it works, but there are properties within the oil which work really, really well to counteract some of the substances inside some of these specific bug bites. Okay, so there you go. We've covered soothing, calming, and like reducing those feelings, those anxious feelings, melting away the stress of the day. When you're starting to feel a little bit panicky, right? Easy as just picking up the bottle, taking the lid off it, and smelling it. Okay, and you'll be surprised how quickly that goes to work in your system. Okay, and when you're talking about pure lavender oil, it is as if you are standing in that field of lavender. Okay, it's not sickly sweet. It's a very, very subtle, gentle, soothing. Once people sort of see it, and I know, look, I work with a lot of people who have developed sensitivities to odors and aromas throughout the years, especially people who have worked in perfume and that sort of stuff. And over time, they've built up a sensitivity to these chemicals, to these synthesized, to these unnatural odors. And they go, no. I even know somebody who actually had to repaint and this person got so sensitized to chemicals and sort of stuff, they had to repaint their house in special paint that was different, and all sorts of stuff because the reaction was so severe. But she could tolerate. She didn't have a reaction to the doTERRA oils because they are pure. Okay, that says a lot. So if you want any samples, and I'm also giving away samples. If you live in Australia at this point in time, I'm only providing samples to Australian residents. I'll put the link below, but if you go to samples.pureessentials.store, you can watch a really cool video about how essential oils can help you balance, get your body back into balance, and you can request free samples. What I'll do is I'll get in contact with you. We'll talk about what your current health challenges are, and I will actually tailor-make the sample to you. So I'm not just going to throw samples out there willy-nilly. I want to send you something that is going to actually be of benefit to you. So either via email or phone or whatever, and get on, just quickly discuss what is your major health challenge, and I'll get a sample in the mail to you. Okay, so let's see what's happening here. What does Jody say? So Jody says, I'm one of those where lavender at night to relax. Cedarwood is a substitute for me. Exactly. Look, there are many substitutes. And once again, cedar wood is another one known to have those particular properties and that sort of stuff. We are all made differently. This is why we can sort of get in trouble when we say, you got to use this oil because this oil does that. And it may not do it for that person. And then that person gets a totally wrong impression about what oils are and aren't because that particular oil didn't work for them. So what we're going to say is, look, this might help. And if it doesn't help, let me know and we'll try a different oil. Okay, it's as easy as that. It's not, the world doesn't come crashing down just because one oil didn't work. So let's have a look. Once again, if you like, if you're finding value in these 101 in these essential oils 101, please like, share, and comment. Give us some love. It's important for me, as I said. One of the biggest things that I've found is that people get these amazing oils into their homes, and they have all the best intentions of helping themselves and their family, their kids, and that sort of stuff. But they often don't know. They're unaware of the versatility and exactly where and when and how these oils can be used safely and efficiently. And so that's why I'm doing this series, is to help people understand. Once again, great sources of information, good information, right, is this book and also the app. The app by the same name, Modern Essentials. This is a book that is based in science, okay? Everything is referenced back to research studies. So this isn't just somebody pulling something out of the air. This isn't somebody just copying and regurgitating something that somebody said on Google, right? This is actually real stuff. It's a big, thick book. It talks about individual oils and then actually talks about specific health challenges throughout the book as well, okay? And then it goes on to even how to use it for your pets and plants and around the home. Cleaning is a big thing. I prefer to use essential oils in my cleaning rather than using chemicals. Okay, so there we go. That's the one for today. So once again, if you've got any questions or comments, whatever, please put them below. I will actually post the link to where you can get the samples from, or you can message me at m.me/Tim Cooper Health. Now, tomorrow is Sunday, my time. Probably won't get on. I'll probably do these 6 days a week. I'll probably do these talks on a Monday through to Saturday, Australia time, so 10 a.m. Australia time, Queensland time, and probably have Sunday off to just rest and recoup. Okay, so that's Australian time. I know it's actually Friday evening over in the States and other parts of the world, but that's why I started it around this time, because it sort of hits the afternoon, evening in the States, and a reasonable time, even for mums getting kids off to school. You've got a chance to not have to rush around to get onto these calls, that you can actually watch these calls live after you drop the kids to school. So that was the idea there. So what would you like me to talk about? What oils would you want more information about? Please put in the comments below. Once again, please do not put any specific health challenges by name in the comments below. I can't address that here in the public forum. If you've got anything specific you want to know about, please either message me or get in contact me another way. I'll be more than happy to shed some more light and go into more detail in a more private setting. Okay, I mean private setting as far as not talking to the world, but to going either on a Facebook 101 or something like that. Okay, so I'm having internet connection problems, which is amazing, considering I'm supposed to be on the fastest network speed available in this country. It says a lot for the country. Anyway, until next time, think about that. So we've spoken about a couple of oils now, but lavender, please don't discard it just because you've had a bad experience with it. Give it a try. Open up the bottle, give it a smell, and make up your own mind. Okay, I can't tell you whether you're going to like it or not, but don't just simply discard it because you've had a bad experience with something synthetic and man-made that's absolutely sickly and make you want to vomit. Okay, this isn't like that. It's very, very subtle, and you can actually feel the soothing and calming effects as soon as you take it in. Okay, guys, that's it for today. I will be back on Monday at 10 a.m. Brisbane time. I'm not sure. I think that might be somewhere around the 6 o'clock Eastern time in the States, maybe 3 o'clock Pacific time, I'm not sure. It always changes with daylight saving. Anyway, I shall talk to you in a couple of days.